Alright, so I am making an Izekai game. So let's go over what we're going to talk about in this video and why I wanted to do these things. So what we're talking about is mainly the direction in which I want the game that I'm working on to go, and like what sort of things that I want to be available, and how I want to change this whole art style, because it's pretty lackluster right now. Got this little truck going by. So I wanted to make an Izekai game. An Izekai is where the main character starts off in our world, dies, goes to the next one. So you start off by dying in a whole bunch of different ways. Maybe I'll make that more dramatic or what have you, you know? And each death that you unlock makes it so that you can have different blessings once you restart, once you actually die for real. And there's a few deaths, well, there's 10 of them to be exact, and some of them you come up and you interact with them by pushing the F key. I'll make that more obvious, you know, put an image there, you know, it says press F or B, depending on if you're using a controller or a mouse and keyboard. And mostly just wanted to make this game so that I could play it, because I wanted to have like an Izekai game to actually check things out. And so here it is. As you can tell, it's kind of sparse right now because it didn't do all of the deaths. And maybe put some label on these ones because I want these ones to be like the story based blessings, so you can like get like a big sword blessing. These are purposely left ambiguous so that way you have to play the game to figure out what it actually means, like clairvoyance, like what is that actually going to mean, like crafting. And it's same interactables. You go up, press F, and then it interacts and, you know, lights it up, and go up, turn it off. But given that you have all these different things, and you have to have a story blessing active as well as another blessing to be able to go through the door. And I'll tell you to do these things. And so this is all that I've done so far. I am focusing primarily on doing all the coding first, so that way it all works right. And then I'll go through and do all the visuals, because right now the visuals are kind of I mean, this place ended up looking pretty cool, and it was just easy enough. I put down little white spheres, made them have like an emission on them so that way you can see any of the shadows that were on the object, as well as putting this black thing around them to give it that anime-esque outline shape, make it look cool. Put a cloud in the sky as well over here. Other than that, the next goal now is to complete the story as what's going on over here in the next world, because right now it's kind of just like blank, and due to the camera viewfinder distance, it has that weird thing you see there. So that basically means adding in some LODs, getting that to work so that you can see things that are closer but that are far away, if that makes sense. Kind of ends up just like putting like an image so you can see it. And these buildings all need to be modeled out, at least in such a way so that you can like understand what they are. If I remember correctly, I think that's like the inn, and then like a blacksmith. There's that tower over there. That's going to be where a dragon lives that sells you goodies, as well as some guards at the gate. I think as far as the player itself is concerned, I think maybe including a few different starts in the game, so that'll be, and if you've watched lots of these guys, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but inside of a portal room, inside the king's castle, right here, and or like start off in the middle of nowhere, or like be reborn into some family, like you might live with the smith or something here, and or a fisherman, stuff like that. As far as the grass is concerned, it could be smoother, and the art direction, think a second sun. I know that sounds weird, but like objects in the real world have like this diffuse lighting, so like the light comes here and then it bounces and hits here. That's why this doesn't look black in real life, and that looks weird here, to help give it those contrast and shadows. Other than that, as far as the art direction goes, I want it to be pretty simplistic. The backgrounds and stuff to be like semi-realistic, and then the stuff that you can interact with to be like as anime as possible, you know. so that where there's that difference, like, you know, it's an interactable just by looking at it, so you don't have to like guess as much, which in part of game design helps people understand what they can do and what they can't do. Those are some of my plans for the future. So far, this has taken me about a month to make all of this. Some of this I made beforehand after I got back from working the summer. This dragon is a little lackluster. I'll probably remodel it, which is fine. Or just make a different shader for it so it'll look nicer. Towers look okay. I think I just want it like not as dark, if that makes sense. Which might help having that second light to help brighten everything else up. Anyway, so making these videos so that way I can look back and think, okay, this is what I was thinking about while I was making it, and remember what I was doing. And as far as this goes, so you can like kind of like see what it's like to like actually like do development, because like sometimes it's just confusing. Like, are you going to know that if you come back here and then you go over here, like this glowing portal on the ground, like somebody that doesn't know what an Izekai is, are they gonna know what that means, you know? And that's a placeholder object for a glowing portal. And yeah, stuff like that. So a few minor updates here and there, and I think after I get all this stuff ready for the next world, I can have it so we're good to go. Alright, thanks for coming by, and feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like this, and a comment if you have any questions, any stuff like that. I'll feel free to answer them all. Honestly, I don't know how many comments it's gonna get anyway. So have a great day. Catch you guys around. Bye bye now.